there's some drama coming out. An ex-coach from the Sky from last year speaking out, and they're calling out the organization. Just a lot going on, and this is all just happening in real time. I just so happen to see it, so I'm gonna read through it. Probably won't be doing a lot of edits and stuff. Just man, we don't catch a break. I put on Twitter, we don't catch a break as Sky fans. We just don't get a break. So this is apparently the thread that is connected to the whole story, and Marina's involved. Jeff P is involved. Crystal, the coach that kind of disappeared last year. Well, now we get some information on that. It just Kennedy Carter's involved. Teaspoon. It's just a lot of everything, and it's kind of like this was last year. Why are we hitting on this? But a lot of people has called out the organization, the front office, as being not up to par, and yeah, so maybe this is confirming some of those things. So this is just all happening in real time. Why can't I pull up my Twitter? All right. So this was the first thing I've seen. I've seen this name a couple times. So the Sabrina, I've seen her name kind of always in some stuff like this. But she said, right. So you can't use her as proof. The locker room didn't have issues when 2 players requested trades and an assistant coach mysteriously disappeared from the bench after rumors of players/coaches fighting. Players have said all season that the culture and locker room is better. So that was that post. Sorry if I'm like squinting, I can barely see. So this person says this stuff you keep doing where you try to paint Ken as a bad light doesn't work. Okay, so okay, got it. That's kind of making sense. The coach in question is Crystal, who absolutely adores Ken. Crystal does post a lot of Ken stuff. There was no fight. Stop. E-Will herself said at the groundbreaking event for the training facility, there was no issues and everyone loved each other. And here's the video of E-Will saying that there was no issues last year. So Crystal responds. I'm still bad at like using Twitter, so I might miss some messages. So Crystal responds, I received a phone call from Jeff, I'm assuming Jeff P, telling me this. It's hilarious because I'm from Oklahoma. Oh, see, we're missing something. Something's missing. That's what I'm talking about. What is missing? I seen the original thing. So she's referring to somebody saying that she is racist. That Marina said Crystal is racist. See, this is a lot of drama. So she's saying, I received a call from Jeff telling me this. It's hilarious because I'm from Oklahoma and was practically raised by white people. I'm the only black person that lives in a town of 300. I was accused of being mean by mediocre players that couldn't handle the truth. Sounds like there's some spice there. But yeah, this is in regards to her being called a racist by Marina. I did see that tweet. I wonder if it's in here. So sorry I'm late to the chat. I think this one was first. So sorry I'm late to the chat since my name was brought up. I've never had one problem with Kennedy Carter. In fact, no one believed in her or supported her more than Teaspoon and I. I was accused of being a racist by Marina, whom I fought tooth and nail to help stay in the league. All right. Okay, and then Jeff told me I was going to have... Oh, this is interesting. Jeff told me I was going to have to beg for my job without an investigation to prove Marina is mad because she ain't the centerpiece. Did I read that crazy? I told Jeff I would never beg anyone for a job. I left on my own accord. So please at the person so I can tell her to shut up before I sue her. Okay. Marina requested a trade. Okay, I don't even know who this person is. Marina requested a trade because they weren't winning because blah, blah, blah. I hate that they keep pushing this false narrative and despite the locker room. So it's just all this is unfolding and happening and just like, what is going on? And again, I have not gone through all the replies, but it's interesting. Spill the tea. All right, I don't know who that is. Marina's a clown. That's just a lot. Well, you got to applaud the rookies last year for enduring all this. Like, what is happening and why is all this coming out? But I'm guessing the Crystal coach is tired of hearing the narratives about Kennedy, about her, and she was accused of being racist. And Jeff telling her she's going to have to beg for her job. What'd she say? Without doing an investigation to prove Marina is mad because she ain't the centerpiece. Yeah, I mean, A lot of people have too much pride, not in a bad way. Your pride isn't going to let you just gravel and beg for somebody for a job. So it just sounds like it was a lot more dysfunction than we actually thought, but it wasn't the suspects that we thought. Like, I didn't assume Breanna was a part of anything like this or some drama like that. It's funny enough, I was thinking today, like, man, if Breanna and Kennedy Carter would have seen this thing through, this team would have been a lot better this year. Now that Angel and Kamilla are so much more developed, with Breanna shooting the ball, Kennedy attacking the basket, this team would have been so much better, is what I was thinking this morning. Like, man, I wonder if I should make a video on that. Well, it looks like there was some drama. And what I'm reading in between the lines was, again, I think it was true. Breanna wasn't happy. You know, she wasn't the face of the team, and also that they weren't a championship contending team anymore. I think she wasn't happy about that. But also, between the lines, it sounds like I think the problem might have been with Breanna and Kennedy Carter. And I could see that happening because Kennedy Carter, she came on a what kind of deal? Was a training camp deal, and ended up basically being the team leader as far as scoring the ball. She took over as not the face of the team, but the focal point in offense. And she was the coach's, I don't want to say fave, but clearly Teaspoon and Kennedy had a connection via what Crystal was saying. And it probably didn't feel good for somebody that had been on the team for a while, thought they were coming to compete for a championship. So maybe there was some beef or some drama with Kennedy Carter and Breanna had to go, or she wanted to go. But then again, Breanna did the same thing this year. She requested a trade from her team this year. So, you know, everybody's been pointing the blame at Kennedy when sounds like Jeff wasn't a fan of the Teaspoon, the Crystal, and Kennedy dynamic. So maybe there was a piece that came out at the beginning of the season or the end of last season saying that players were uncomfortable in the locker room because of Kennedy Carter and Teaspoon wouldn't reel Kennedy Carter in and things like that. And maybe all of this is coming out that we're reading in between the lines, and there was a divide for sure. And that's why Spoon is gone. That's why Crystal left in the middle of the season. That's why Kennedy didn't come back. There might have been, it sounds like there was a divide with Jeff and Spoon, her coaches, the players she liked. It sounds like there was something there. And I wonder what that means for somebody like Angel, who fell. Angel still, you see her in the middle of the game doing the heart sign to Teaspoon when Spoon was on the bench watching as a spectator. So maybe, is there something in the locker room? Is there something in the organization that Angel was part of that trio, Spoon, Ken, and Barbie? Like, is there any resentment for Angel because of how close she was with them? So this is all different type of video for me. I don't even really know how to cover this. It's weird. But I wanted to put it out there because it did involve like the front office, and it shows it's not just discomfort happening on the court. It looks like some stuff in the front office is a little bit off, and was for sure off last year. So let me know what you guys think in the chat. I'm AJ. This is my mic. Peace.